What's up, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Where Did All My Friends Go? Podcast about life in the music industry. I'm your host, Patrick Tarnowski. Matt Reed is not with me again today, the little stinker, but it's okay because we've got Steph and Paul from the Ireland band Greywind on the show. Friends, welcome.
Hello, thank you for having us. How are you?
I'm good. I am very good. I took a late shower. I'm all warmed up.
Amazing. You look
great.
really fresh. You look so fresh right now. So
Stunning. I feel fresh.
Yeah, I can tell.
I put on my nice Newfound Glory race car shirt. I'm ready to go.
I was actually going to compliment the t-shirt.
Fashion icon. Fashion icon.
Yeah, that's what they call me, a fashionista.
Yeah. Nice. I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised.
You're making me blush. Stop. But before we dive in, I just wanted to quickly make sure to wish Steph a happy early birthday.
You're gonna make me cry.
Oh, this is the first birthday wish this year.
Oh, that's so kind of you. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Got it first for everybody else. All right.
Oh, that's made my day. Thank you so much.
Heck yeah. I mean, birthday. You gonna do anything fun for your birthday?
No, I'm going for dinner.
There's some surprises coming for her that she doesn't know about.
I don't know.
Oh,
you know.
Okay, well, I'll stop there. I don't want.
She doesn't even know where she's going to dinner yet.
I don't want to ruin anything.
Yeah, I know nothing. All I know is I'm here. It's great.
Yeah, exactly.
I love presents.
I try and make every day a birthday for myself. So
I love it. Perfect.
One day a year I get about me. It's always about.
It usually is about me, but I'll give her 20 minutes of her day.
Just get a little bit, just a little bit.
Exactly.
I feel you. I like to try and have as many days as possible feel like a birthday.
Exactly.
You know? It's a good feeling.
Yeah,
yes, it is.
Exactly.
So you guys recently released your EP, "The Roses Grown in Hell," with with Little Cruda string quartet. How's the response been for the EP?
It's been amazing. So we were in between, so releasing our debut album years ago and getting everything in place right now. We're we've just been in LA recording new music. We're while our music's kind of been going viral so much recently, we're while we're working on new music, wanted to give something back to our fans. So we got a string quartet from Little Cruda. They're from New York and reimagined acoustic versions of our tracks, 4 tracks, and we're so proud. And the response to it has been absolutely incredible. So it's so, I love giving something before new music comes and fans still being so excited and we're so excited for people to hear it.
Acoustic versions. I love acoustic. I feel like growing up, the bands that I love always did acoustic versions, and it's so special to my heart.
Yeah, even because we're from we're from the south of Ireland in a town called Killarney. We're the only 2 emos in the entire town. So we could never find a band. So we used to just go busking in our town, and we just be doing Taking Back Sunday songs and Jimmy Eat World. Everyone probably thought we wrote Cute Without the E. We used to play that song no joke. We'd sit there, we just sit on the floor. We were too scared to even stand up. We just sit on the floor with acoustic guitar and play Cute Without the E on no joke 20 times in a row because new people would be passing, and it was the only song we loved playing.
Yeah, we were wait, it sounds good.
Yeah. But then someone in the shop. If someone's in the shop behind us, they're probably going raging at us.
Shout it out once. And
and someone threw water at you as well.
Someone threw water at me. See, I'm trained from birth.
Yeah, we're trained. So we were kind of forced. So we started on the streets. We were on the streets. That's us an acoustic guitar, because we could never find a band. So that's our origin story.
Yeah, I mean, well, that kind of goes right, even into a question I had. So, what is the alternative music scene like in Ireland?
There's where we're in Dublin, there's bands, obviously bands that are getting big Fontaines DC and stuff, and Sprints and stuff, but they're they're doing more kind of punk. They're punk basically, but there's no emo really. Where we're from the south of Ireland, we're 4 hours away from Dublin on a train.
So it's traditional Irish music, and that kind of vibe. There's no
So for like, so even starting Greywind is like, we always wanted to find a band, but we could never, and we'd never even gone to a studio, never played a live show in our entire lives. So one day a few years ago, we're like, we can't wait anymore. Will we just start Greywind as the two of us? And we were so nervous. Like we'll say, in a sense, we're like, I'm going to book a guy, get in contact with a guy in the studio. I have no clue about anything to the studio. I'm going to say, hey, can you just put program drums and bass on the song? So we booked ourselves into studio for the first time ever, never played a show, recorded a demo of our song called Afterthoughts. We were like, oh my God, we can hear ourselves as a full band for the first time. and then that night we posted it on SoundCloud and Bandcamp. Never played a show. I want to make it very clear. We'd never played a show. Posted it online, went to sleep and woke up and had every single major label emailing us.
It was crazy.
And we had no connection. We'd sent it to no one. We have no connection to anyone in the industry, no fans. This is the first time we ever wrote. And it was like, I thought people were messing with us. My friends were just like sending fake emails trying to mess with me. And I Googled the names at the bottom of the emails. I'm like, oh my God, they're real. They're on LinkedIn. I was like, so I had to go for a walk because my head was spinning. I was like, we wrote our first song, just posted it. All this industry and the biggest labels in the world want us. I had to take my dog for a walk, and no joke, 15 minutes down the road, I realized I forgot my dog at home and I was just walking the lead. Yeah.
I can confirm I saw him walk back through the front door with just the lead.
Yeah. So I mean, so it's like the craziest like 24 hours of starting a band, our first ever band ever. So yeah.
It was crazy.
That is an insane story. I mean, like it's like what happens in a movie.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I was like, Casey, our manager, said when we telling him the story, he said the exact same thing.
He's like, we need to make a documentary or something.
Yeah, then it'll be on Netflix. Like, there's so much more that happens in the story. Our Netflix, there's lots of plot twists going to come in this podcast, so it's going to
there'll be tears shed.
There'll be tears, and there'll be happy tears and sad tears.
So, speaking of Casey, for those of y'all listening, Casey Cavalier from the Wonder Years. So is he your manager then?
Yeah, he's our manager.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. How did you start working with Casey?
So I'll skip the story. We can go back. So anyway, our music has been going so viral in the last year and gaining so many new fans. And one day we just randomly had a DM from Casey that said, "Oh, I just discovered your music and it's incredible. I'll keep going." And I was like, amazing. I was, oh my God, Casey from the Wonders. So we're like fangirls. And I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then we had no manager at the time or any team, no agent, nothing. And our music's going viral. And we're like, hey, we just hit 100,000 followers and it's just me and Steph. So I went for a walk one day.
Earlier this year.
Yeah, earlier this year, only like 4 months ago. And I noticed that 80% of our followers are from the US. And so we're like, our fan base is based in the US. So I was going for a walk. I was like, will I send a message to Casey I was asking, because I remember seeing on his page, he says like artist coach. And I thought, he might be a good person to ask for some advice about what should we be doing. So then I just sent him a message and asking, we're looking for maybe new management, maybe based in the US. And he said, I can have a think and let's have a Zoom tomorrow and you can just hear our story. So the next day we had literally a 4-hour Zoom with him. And when you just talk to someone and you just click immediately. Yeah. And then we were talking for hours and he was blown away by our story. And then we said we have so many demos that we've been sitting on for so long and we sent him the songs. And then the next day he said, let's have another Zoom. We had another 4-hour Zoom and he was like blown away by the songs. And he said like, I would love for you to be the first band I ever manage. I'd love to work with you guys. And we like immediately, I've never felt so connected to someone. So
he just gets exactly
he's so knowledgeable. He's like so much experience and he's the nicest guy in the world. So we immediately like, yes. And it's been like, we've been working for him since May now. It's just like been the best and we just love him.
It's so good to have someone who's in a band as well.
Yeah.
And who's been through
so much
and has so much experience.
Knows the ropes.
Yeah. And as we get into the story, you're going to see like why we needed a really caring, nice manager.
Yeah. Well, I mean, so you guys started blowing up. Like, so what happened next? I guess.
Okay.
What's that part of the story?
Yeah. Okay. So we're basically we wrote first ever song, posted online. Every major label messaging us. We never played a show in our lives, and they were all like in the emails, oh, so are you signed already? Do you have management? Do you have other songs? we had no other songs.
None of that.
First song we ever wrote, and we're like, yeah, we have loads of songs. Like, yeah, we did it. We did it. I have like 50 something. We had no songs. That night we wrote 2 songs, a song called Forest Ablaze and Wander, that both are on our debut album. I think we were, because our dreams were coming true, we got so inspired.
Yeah.
So then immediately we had like management companies email. We were like, what the hell is going on? Like, so then we got immediately we started working with the management company like in the UK, and straight away they were negotiating a major record deal for us. Like we were like, we don't even know our management yet, and they're like negotiating a deal.
Putting our trust into people like straight away
that we didn't even know. Like we were like,
we had no experience. We were so naive and young.
Yeah, we don't have a clue. So then we signed a deal with Universal. I was like, never, like I'll repeat, we were like, how the hell are we doing? We have once, but I love that we're being signed because of our music, because of our song. It wasn't like usually if you're getting signed now, do you have 1 million TikTok followers or 100,000 on Instagram? Like literally we had 0. We haven't even created our Instagram for our band yet. So we were like, what is going on? So then straight away we signed a deal with them, and then they were straight away like, okay guys, record your debut album
in Texas.
No, we were like, so looking back, we were like, oh, don't every other band like do a couple of EPs and then tour and they were like, they're like, oh no, do your debut album.
Again, we're trusting, we're thinking,
but we're like, these people, they know what they're doing.
They know.
Like, they know.
Trustworthy.
They know. So then immediately we started demoing songs in the UK. And I didn't sleep for 6 months because this is you will get to know that I'm like a perfectionist in the sense
You're very obsessive.
I knew that this is we're being forced to do a debut album. This is going to represent us for the rest of our lives. We're creating the best debut album we could possibly make at this point in our lives. So we like poured our hearts, like our uncle had committed suicide, and all these songs were us grieving and mourning and getting through that process, and just we poured our hearts into these songs. So then we showed that, and the thing is, we were creating. You sign to a major label, and you think they could say, "Hey, write a pop record." It was like they're not getting that. We were like, "You're getting an album that is inspired by like Mineral and Clarity by Jimmy Eat World, MCR, TBS, even like one of the biggest like bands like Explosions in the Sky and Caspian." We knew what we wanted to sound like. Yeah,
we had our vision for it. Kind of as it was going along, we knew, okay, this is where you're getting. We know the artwork. We know
the song. You're only getting. We're only recording 10 songs. That's all you're getting.
As we were writing the songs, we had all the music videos written out, like the ideas.
So I think that's why probably being forced to do your debut album. I think some bands like they have to take a few EPs to discover what their sound was. We knew before we even wrote our first songs. Like, I want a band that it combines like post rock and then emo into this like beautiful calm to storm, slow paced record. This just explodes at points and gives you a heart attack when you don't expect it. Like we got so many messages of people saying they've almost crashed their cars listening to our music, which that was what we were going for, but we hope they survive. But so then we went into the label and showed them. They were blasting all the demos. They were singing along to them. I remember us leaving meetings being like,
we're so confused.
We're doing what we want, and they're like, okay, sick. And we're like, but was it too good to be true?
It was.
Okay. So then we were sent to, they were like, go to Sonic Ranch in Texas to record it for a month. So we were there in Texas for a month. Steph's having a mental breakdown every day.
That's probably why where I sound so emotional and sad.
And why people love it. Like.
Yeah, it worked for the album. Thank God we were making a really positive, happy album. Because I was crying every day. I was having panic attacks every day. It was really brutal. It was hard. One of my least favorite times in my life. And then I felt so guilty for feeling that way, because all my dreams have come true. I'm signed to a label, like people were killed for this. So I felt really guilty at the same time. It was weird.
But then the pressure of it, I don't think people realize like this is going to represent you for your entire life, and we're being thrown into this. So anyways, that's why I didn't sleep for months, because I'm like, this is going to be Like we had never even played. So we're recording our debut album. We've never even been on a stage, never played the show in our entire lives. I was like, we're pouring our hearts into this. And I think if you listen to our debut album, you would not be able to tell that band had never played a show. Like, so then we got back from America, and then we got a call from our management like a month later, and they tell us, okay, guys, the label are dropping the 6 acts that's made them no money this year, and you guys are one of them. And we were like, well, they sent us a text. We haven't released anything yet. So, you were like, okay. But like, obviously, but then I was like, it's going to be there a lot. I'm a very positive person. I always believe in what we're going to do. Like, so, but then our management said that they're going to give us, the label are going to give us the entire rights to our album back. Which was and then our management said our management at the time had their own label through Universal, and they said, oh, we'll just release it through that. So we're like, okay, so okay, well, okay. So then a couple months passed, and we're now playing our first ever shows, and one of our first shows, we're supporting Thrice in London. We're like, what the hell? Like our 15th time on stage in our life, and we're supporting Thrice in London. We're like, what the hell? I saw Dustin Kinsoon start shaking.
I couldn't speak to him. I was so scared.
And then we got offers to play Reading and Leeds and Download and Rock and Ring. And we were thrown into these situations, and we knew we deserved them because we wrote these songs that were so special. And we and even like the reactions to these, even we had fans at these shows arriving in our first like 10 shows, and they had Greywind tattoos already and were crying watching us, and we're like creating something special. I think they got, because like I said, these songs were written after our uncle committed suicide, so they could, I think people can tell when something's authentic and real. And like I said, we grew up listening to all these emo bands, and yeah, we just poured our hearts into these songs. So
it's a long one.
Okay, so then we knew then we were forced to release our debut album straight away. We played 17 shows on our debut album's out now, and we announced our first ever headline show, and we decided to do it in like a Gothic church, and we had people flying from different countries for it, and the album charted in the official rock chart with no real like promo. Like we said, we had only played 17 shows, and
so we were like so lucky that even though we were so small, our fans were just kind of getting us through even the part of getting dropped and stuff. That was so, for me, I took that really badly, and like I always say, I'm so lucky Paul's in the bank because he's so positive. I'm the opposite. So it was, so our fans at that time even wouldn't have even realized they were kind of helping
like a simple tweet of like, oh, I'm listening to Greywind today would like get us through the week.
Yeah. It was,
and like, yeah, so then we could tell that the moment we got dropped, we could tell that our management had switched off. Like that, we were like, they're gonna drop us any day now. So then a couple months passed. We weren't playing, our agent weren't getting us any shows or anything. And like I said, we only played 17 shows. So then the random call came to me one day. Hey Paul, we have other artists that are more of our priority, and they're releasing records. But I said, all the best, thank you so much. But I'm a very positive person in the sense of like, it didn't really affect me. Obviously, it would break a lot of people. Obviously, I had to tell Steph that
they didn't even have the respect for me to have me on the call.
Yeah, it's like,
it was just
really so I had to tell her, okay, we now have no, and then 10 minutes later, our agent dropped us. So I had to tell her, hey, our management we've had since day one, and who literally got us, like not got us, they got 20% of a record deal without doing any work, and we could tell that they just switched off. But anyway, I'm a very kind of like all the best type of, I'm very
whereas I was broken. I was so sad. I couldn't get out of bed for ages. And then Paul was just like, no, it's fine. It's fine. And then we had those songs still that were as well, the ones like Antidote, for example. We had written that during that time where even we were still with these people, but you can hear even in the lyric we were so angry and upset.
It's kind of like, so we were like, our debut album hasn't even been like properly promoted yet, and we haven't toured it, and we were just writing a bunch of new songs that we believe are almost even next level. So we were so excited. So when we were dropped by everyone, I was like, I believe in our debut album so much and no one's heard it. I believe in these new demos that no one's heard. And so everything to my head was positive because I believe in us so much.
And during this being dropped again, we were like, wait, that time, we always kind of knew throughout this, the time that we got dropped originally from the major label, they didn't put a new contract in front of us for the management's label.
So, yeah. So now this is a plot twist moment. So when we got dropped by management, we were like, except for like when we got originally dropped, I knew we got given the rights back, but they forgot to.
Which proves sometimes you can say, oh, they didn't care. We have kind of they didn't care
because they forgot to put a new record deal in front of us.
Yeah.
So then when we were dropped like by a manager, we were like, I was like we own the album. They forgot to put a record deal in front of us. So we just got in contact with them and say, hey, can you just take everything down off Spotify and YouTube so we can re-upload it? And they were like, you own it. They were like, no, you own. We signed a deal. And we're like, no, we didn't. We just send it over to us then. So then for 6 years. Okay, this is the part.
This is what's taking us so long.
So this is the type of people we are. We were like, we aren't releasing anything until they take everything down. So then, because I was like, I'm not promoting any new songs. We own that record. They made a mistake. They wasn't promoted. They didn't put a record deal in front of us. So They were saying, no, you signed a deal, blah, blah. But then in late 2021, they finally admitted that they messed up. And so they took everything down off Spotify and YouTube. And then we uploaded it all. And then I said to Seth straight away, okay, now we can finally promote our debut album. So then I just went on to TikTok the next day, posted a clip of Car Spin. This is what an Irish emo rock band sounds like. Got 500,000 views. I was like, oh, amazing. I knew these songs were good.
Damn, people get it.
Yeah. And then the day after that, I posted a clip of Afterthoughts. 1 million views. I was like, so another song that got me dropped is on 1 million. Then the next day I posted another clip of In Autumn, got 5.8 million views.
It was
so
crazy.
So it's kind of like the craziest experience ever. It was like you've been dropped and everyone doesn't believe in you, but we're the only two people. We were like, these songs are special.
And it just shows as well. I know like the music industry gets a lot of bad stuff, but I feel like it just proves again that it's the fans. What's the most important thing.
Our fans decided.
You can be signed to whoever. That is irrelevant. If people connect to your music,
it doesn't matter. Like I said, we were signed to a major label and had a massive, big management company, and we had 3,000 followers. Yeah. When it was just back to me and Steph, last night we hit 152,000 on Instagram and almost 100 on TikTok. So that's why I always want to inspire people in the sense of like, you don't need the giant major label or like just believe. If you believe in yourself, you can literally achieve. Like we were told, you're done and you're done. It's done, and I love it. I love when people doubt us. Like I just doubt me.
And then I'm just crying all the time.
And Steph just crying. But yeah. So then our music, those songs that were dropped have gonna exploded this year, and like I said, it's been like gaining like millions of people discovering our music, and so now we were sitting on the demos that we know are even better, that we're so excited about. So now then we started working with Casey this year, but yeah, we just got back from recording in LA, so these new bunch of tracks that we can't wait for people to hear. So yeah, it's been like a roller coaster. That's like the shortest amount I've got that story in.
Usually Paul, as you can tell, Paul can talk. So usually it's like
Paul can talk?
He's very shy.
The best thing is I mean, I have a list of questions over here. I don't have to ask any of them.
I just answered it.
You just told me everything I was going to ask. I love when that happens.
At least you love it.
That's but yeah, it's been a roller coaster. But
it's been up and down, which that's the way life is. But I feel like now I can't wait for people to finally hear new music, and I'm so proud of even Antidote and what the other songs that people are going to hear eventually very soon. Don't worry, it's not going to take another 6 years.
Yeah, we're ready now. We're ready.
So yeah, even Antidote is my favorite Greywind song to date, and I'm just so excited about it. Yeah.
So when can people expect to hear like a new release here?
So on November 10th, we'll be releasing a new song called Antidote, and we recorded our favorite ever music video, and that'll be dropping on November 14th, the premiere of that. So yeah, it's like we're like so excited to finally get everything moving again.
When you hear that song, you'll know, okay, after hearing the story, I feel like it'll all make sense. It's kind of a middle finger to the whole situation.
Yeah.
I feel like it kind of sums up our kind of anger and hurt.
Yeah, and it's just even about like people like gonna relate to it. It's like just waking up from your darkest moments and just getting rid of all that toxicness in your life, and just like just believing in yourself, and just
Absolutely. I mean, and that's the thing, is that, I mean, so many people, it's not so much that way anymore, but you know, for the longest time, everybody thought like you weren't anything unless you were signed to a label.
Exactly.
And with the extreme rise of social media, that is just not the case anymore. So many bands just do it themselves.
100%.
It's now in the listener's hands of who they want to support, which is amazing.
Yeah, like
you don't have to depend on, I have to be signed so they can pump money into me to advertise me and put me in front of people. People can decide what bands they love.
Yeah, it's like
so good.
Yeah, it's like like I was saying, when we first went viral on like Instagram, like never paid for an ad on Instagram ever. For like, we had 3,000 followers, and it was just me and Steph, and our song In Autumn went viral, and every day for 10 days we woke up to 10,000 new followers, and we had like over 100,000, and we were like, what the hell is happening? It's kind of like I always believed, but when it physically starts happening, it's kind of like you're like, gee, what the hell is going on?
I feel like as well, we were kind of not naive to the fact, you always kind of forget, we actually have to have like a lot of fans
to do what we want
to achieve.
Yeah.
So when it was happening, we were like, oh my god, wait.
Yeah. I'm like, we're so great. Like literally yesterday, I might, like even thinking of Matthew Perry when Chandler's playing Pac-Man and his hands like the claw. I spent hours, even like yesterday, I responded to like 400 comments and DMs. It's like, our fans mean everything to us. We don't take anything for granted.
Because I remember growing up, and when I get a reply from like Adam Lazara on Twitter or MySpace or something, I still remember. It would make my day. Like,
we are like appreciate so much, and we just like we're so grateful.
We actually had it's funny that you say that, because I had an interview with another band yesterday, and we're talking about like when people used to send like celebrities or sports teams and stuff letters, it was like, and we're like, the thing is, like, do it, because if you can get them a letter, odds are a lot of the times they're gonna respond back, because most people care, just like want to respond.
Exactly. Just like I said, even in our darkest times, when we had nothing, a simple tweet from a fan like the saying would get us through the week of like, I know we're on the right track, I believe this person believes in us, and I believe in it.
I remember there's a fan page that I remember it was like our third show we ever played. This girl Eliana, who runs the Greywind band fans page on Instagram and Twitter, that was her first time seeing us, and she's created that back then, and just that even got us through so much.
It just means it means a lot.
That's awesome. It's like when somebody you look up to responds to you on social media or in general, like, so many people don't understand how awesome that is. How great of a feeling that is. Like, even just like tweeting something back, like, that's
crazy. Exactly.
I remember I used to just write all my favorite bands, and if one responded,
I remember, like, are you a fan of Breaking Bad?
Yeah.
I remember, like, this is random. I remember when those two twins in like season 2, like the twins, the Salamanca twins.
Oh yeah.
I think so.
Do you remember them? But anyway, these two guys, they're not even. I just remember just tweeting one of them saying, "Please say that you're going to kill me," because they kill people in the show. And he replies like, "I will kill you, Paul," and that just made my year. So just people just responding, but it just means so much, and like
make a difference.
Even like
And then it makes you love the band. You're like, damn, I'm supporting the right people, or the right, because some people genuinely just don't respond or don't appreciate it, and have like egos stuff. And it's like, no, you are nothing without the people that support you.
100% nothing. Exactly.
Yeah.
I remember I still even have this like a photo of it saved. I took a screenshot of it. I was so excited. It was the same thing with Twitter. I was watching wrestling with my son, and he was sitting there like he was just fixated on this one wrestler. So I was like, I just tweeted at him. I was like, my boy is loving this match, and he tweeted back, "It's like, kid's got good taste." And it's like what the frick?
Yeah, I love that.
And for your kid, like that would, when he grows up, he'd be like, "Oh my God, that was so cool." That
exactly. I love that.
It just makes a massive difference.
100%.
You know, you're supporting the right people.
Yeah.
When you can see they care.
100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, like there's so much, like there's so much you can get from your fans with just that little bit of like love and showing that you care.
Yeah, 100%.
Exactly.
100%.
So with so far in this interview, you have given an obscene amount of good advice and positivity. But before we go to a quick break, I'm going to ask you for one piece of advice. If you could give our listeners a piece of advice that you know now that you wish you had known when you were first starting your journey, what would it be?
That is a good question.
The advice is just listen to yourself. And I think,
follow your gut.
Like literally, it's like I said, we've been told multiple times, we're done, your band's over. Even like 2 years ago, like
we were told we didn't deserve
anything we've achieved. Like I was like, I haven't achieved anything. I have 3,000 followers. Like,
so I would just say, just listen to yourself and
be patient
and surround yourself with good people.
That's probably
that's a massive thing for me, like friends and stuff. Like and it's not bad to cut out certain people. Just with good people.
Exactly.
And the rest will follow.
Exactly.
And my mom always actually says, "What's for you won't pass you by."
Yeah.
And I strongly believe that.
Exactly.
Even if you can't see any glimmer of hope, it will come if you keep chopping at the tree.
And we're the biggest proof of it. Like literally, like I said, we're from a small town in Ireland. Couldn't even start a band. We're like nothing.
If we weren't siblings, we wouldn't have a band.
Yeah, like nothing is in our favor. We have, like, if you think nothing is in our favor, we can't find a band, never played a show in our life. We just focused on ourselves and wrote a song, and then everyone in the industry wanted us. Then we were thrown to the curb again, and we believe in ourselves, and now fans connect to our music, and they've allowed us to like start living our dreams. So literally, just listen to yourself and just believe in yourself and be patient. And you can literally, you can achieve like literally anything. I know people say that, you can achieve, like I said, we had no connections to anyone, and I remember
it's so funny now that I can be like, when I'm like, if I'm giving a friend advice or something and they're upset, I'm like, I remember what it's like to be in that mindset. And when someone says, "Oh, just keep going," that's the most annoying thing. It's true.
It is
so
literally
just keep going, and everything will get better.
Exactly.
It always does.
100%.
Sorry, that was a very long-winded answer.
No, it's okay. I mean, it's good, and it's a great piece of advice. And to anyone that ever that said anything negative about your guys' music in particular is insane, because your music is fucking beautiful.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Oh.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So
that means a lot.
They don't know what they're talking about.
Oh, thank you. You're making us blush now.
I know, I'm gonna just start crying. Like we're all just blushing.
Awesome. Well, on that note, we're going to take a quick break, and we'll be right back with our next segment.
I hate to break it to you, but looks matter. Now, not in the way you think I mean it, but when it comes to logos and shirt designs, you don't want your logo to look bad. Whether you run a business or play in a band, design is quite probably not your thing. And that's okay, because luckily, at Shed and Shred Studios, design is all they do. With almost a decade of experience, Shed and Shred Studios is dedicated to working directly with clients to create the best visual products in the industry. tailored to optimize recognition of your name amongst competitors in your specific market space. If you're in need of logos, visual branding, shirt graphics, or marketing material, Shed and Shred Studios has got you covered. So visit Shed Shred MD for more info. Once again, that is SHEDSHREDMD.com for more info. And hey, while you're there, use code GET10 for 10% off at checkout when buying pre-made designs and merch from their web store.
Hi, Pat from Unsigned Pop Punk here. Living in Minnesota, you all probably think we're a bunch of super sexy lumberjacks because of our beards and our flannels. Well, you couldn't be closer to the truth. Our weather is so insane and unpredictable, it's just easier to be prepared. That's why I get my flannels from OnlyFlans. OnlyFlans is a music lover's new favorite shop. They take merch from your favorite bands and customize the back of the flannels with those shirts. All flannels are handmade and are one of a kind, meaning no one will ever have the same flannel as you. You can find your favorite pop punk, emo, rock, or hardcore bands such as Blink-182, My Chemical Romance, Motionless in White, Motley Crue, and much more. There are new releases weekly, so make sure you follow them on their Instagram and TikTok at OnlyFlans, spelled OnlyFlanz. And make sure you stop by www.onlyflans.com. Once again, that's www.onlyflanz.com and pick up your new favorite flannel today. Thank you so much again to OnlyFlans for sponsoring today's episode.
And we're back. Thanks so much for sticking around. Now it's time for everyone's favorite, and it's my dog's favorite. She loves food, and she's going to stare at me while we talk about food. But this is our food for thought segment. Everybody loves it because who doesn't like talking about food?
Exactly. It's
We
like
literally love food so much.
like we were even, like I said, we were just in LA, and that's like every day we're like, we need to find somewhere special
And
to
as
go.
we're eating our like breakfast, we're talking about, okay, what's for lunch? What's
Yeah,
for dinner?
it's like a very important tactical decision. Like we have to take advantage of where we are right now. So yeah,
Right. Absolutely. So in the States, the food that is the most connected with pop punk is pizza. Would you say that is probably, is that the same in Ireland, or does Ireland just not, there's no pop punk?
Like but
we have Domino's.
yeah, Domino. That's the best. Like Domino's is the best pizza that we have here.
As good as it gets.
Yes, as good as get. But yeah, people still think it's connected with pop punk over here. But
I remember in LA actually last week we went to
Danielle's. This place called Danielle's.
And that was the best.
We were just taken there randomly for a meeting, and it was like, I was like, I don't even remember what happened in the meeting because I was just loving the pizza.
And gave us like an appetizer of pizza.
Yeah, I was like, okay, guys, here's your starter. I was like, oh, it's a slice of pizza too. Yeah.
While
we're waiting for pizza.
So American, I love it.
It was the greatest. It was like one of the highlights of my life. To be honest.
So, like, what is something that you have in Ireland that like just we don't have over here? That's like you come over here and just you don't got this. You don't do this.
There is a classic Irish.
No, but they
dish.
have those ingredients.
No, but not as a meal.
They probably do. Okay, Seth's gonna say something. I don't agree with what she's about to say, but I don't know.
Bacon and cabbage.
Do you like
with potatoes?
Okay, that's known as the most. Okay, that's a very Irish classic.
And I hate it. I'm traumatized from it from my childhood.
I love it.
What is bacon cabbage?
Just like bacon and cabbage and potatoes. It's like a big beautiful dinner.
No.
But Steph got traumatized because one of my friends'
family members cooked it when I was like 8, and it was the worst thing ever. And I'm just traumatized.
Yeah. So that's a very like.
I love cabbage by itself.
Yeah, but like that's a like bacon and cabbage is a very. This is the most Irish. It's the most Irish meal you could possibly have.
Or like an Irish stew.
Irish stew, yeah.
Classic Irish.
But you can get that in there.
No, but they don't. My mom doesn't cook it over there.
That's
Our
true.
mom makes the best.
That's true. That's true.
Like really, I don't think we do. I mean, we have cabbage, but we don't eat cabbage here.
Yeah. we just know about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've heard of this.
It's really
like
yeah.
lettuce, right?
Yeah. Our mom will make it for you. Okay.
Yeah, when you come visit, my mom will make you bacon and cabbage.
I would love nothing more than to go to Ireland. I want to just go like over to the UK and Europe and all that stuff so bad.
Yeah.
Like it's just beautiful over there.
Where we live, there's like a castle like 10 minutes down the road. It looks
Yeah.
very Game of Thrones.
Yeah, it's basically Game of Thrones. Even like probably like close to where we live as well. They filmed like some of the newest Star Wars films there, where like Luke Skywalker was when he was living on the island. And so it's like it's my favorite place in.
We actually did a music video in that exact spot.
Our song for a video for Desolate, if anyone wants to check that out, that was filmed near our hometown. It's the only video we've ever done in Ireland.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was like,
so you can see some of the Star Wars shots in our video.
Yeah, it's basically they should be like we should have been what's those tour things in Ireland? You know when you go to the cinema and they're like promoting like the country. Like we should be at every cinema because that video is very like would make you want to come to Ireland. Like,
the thing is,
tourist,
Americans love I mean anyone that's not like yo America like loves like Europe and stuff because it's like I mean it's not America. So it's like I mean, you should take advantage of like shooting videos and stuff as much as you can over there because it's fucking awesome.
Even we've noticed about all our fans, like even why like so many of our fans are American and they connected with our music is like emo is just so American and like all our bands were inspired by American. So hearing a band from Ireland do it is I feel
like everyone in America is like, I love Ireland and Europe, and we're like, we love America. We all have a lovely thing in common.
Yeah, America's our favorite place.
Yeah, we just love each other.
Like I said, we got the chance to like you said, just record. We're always drawn to America. Our debut album was recorded in Texas. Our new music was recorded in LA, and like we try and go to like Orlando, Disney World.
My favorite place.
Our favorite place, and so yeah, we love America so much.
Well. That's good.
I hate
let's just trade lives. Let's just trade lives.
No. I mean, obviously, there's every place has beautiful places and beautiful people. You know, like there are beautiful people and wonderful souls in America.
Yeah.
There's just a lot that aren't.
Yeah.
Every country probably has it.
Yeah. Right.
I mean, everyone wants to go where they're not from.
Yeah.
So as well. But we just
well, isn't that the most pop punk thing you can do is to hate your
out of my town?
Yeah, like we've been back from LA like less than 24 hours and I am dying to go back to America already. And we're so excited to play our first shows over there. It's going to be so special.
Yeah, when we play over there, I'm going to be just so excited.
Yeah.
That's I mean, if you come anywhere near me, you'll have to let us.
Oh, 100%. Definitely.
Just, do it in the summertime.
Yes.
We can go for pizza.
We'll get pizza and put some cabbage on it. So.
I don't think that probably won't be super good. That probably won't be super good.
I'll just bring a cabbage just in case.
Just in case.
Okay, sounds good. Just in case.
Yeah.
So since you played so many different festivals, I want to ask, what festival has the best catering?
Rock am Ring.
Rock am Ring, 100%.
In Germany.
I felt like I was really important.
Yeah. I remember it was like our first time ever in Germany, and we walked back to catering, and it was like a dream.
Everything you could ever want was there.
It's the only time like being in a band at like we played some amazing festivals. It's the first time what's the best way to say this? I felt important. Like I felt like I could be the headliner on the first band on, because you mean it's kind of.
Remember who was Sum 41? I think we're headlining it. I felt I walked into their dressing room and I shouldn't have been there.
Yeah, it was Rock am Ring, and said they could make anything you want, and they were making pancakes. They had
like blacked out cars taking you to the stage. Like I was like, why am I doing this?
And we were like, I don't even know. I should not be allowed here.
Yeah, that was amazing. Yeah, they had everything you could ever want.
Yeah,
it was just there.
So yeah. Like anyone want like listen to this that wants to start a band, and then just
go to Germany.
Try and get on
start your band, get to Germany.
Yeah.
I've heard though, even if you play like small venues, Germany is apparently insane for catering. They're known for that apparently.
Yeah.
So I can't wait to tour Germany. I'm very curious to see.
Yeah.
Is it like that just everywhere?
I'm so excited to go back to Germany. That was the only time we were there, and it was special.
Like there's a lot of good bands. Like I get submissions all the time from bands from Germany and stuff. It's surprising how many there are.
Music.
Yeah. And even like like I said, our first time in, like we found out we got the offer to play. It's like called Rock and Ring, but it's two days. It's Rock and Park and Rock and Ring. And we found out like the day before that the first show was going to be in like a 10,000 capacity arena, and we were like, what? I was like, no one is coming. This is our 19th show. The first time in Germany, no one's going to be there. And we walk out, and we live in County Kerry in Killarney in Ireland, and we walked out and we see Irish flags and they're chanting Kerry. And
I was like, how did they know?
And we're like, what? And I remember we played our set, and we were walking off, and I've never had it. And they were trying one more song.
We did not. We had no other song.
And then we had no other song. But then me and Steph, we were like, are they just the greatest crowd in the world, or do they just love us? So we watched every other band set on the stage, and we were the only one that got the one more song. So we're like, oh my, they loved us. So yeah, we just like, we appreciate it so much. And then we just got to meet so many like German fans. And
I remember we met Derek from Sum 41. That was a highlight.
Oh yeah, we were like,
that poor man, he'd just come off stage, and I was that annoying person. I was like, I have to. He
was just sweating.
I know, he probably hated me. I'm so sorry. But I had to get the picture.
Yeah. But yeah, that Germany is like, I can't wait to go back there. I just love it.
If I could, if I could do anything in Germany, I think it would be to see Electric Callboy. That would be. I feel like seeing them in Germany would just be insane.
Yeah.
That's
like bands like I know Billy Talent.
Like I want to see them in like they're massive in Germany as well. They're one of the bands we grew up absolutely.
I remember we followed them around England on their tour once.
Yeah.
Yeah. So good.
I remember wearing like I don't know if you know the airline Ryanair, like it's the Irish airline, but they used to do 2-cent flights. I'm not even joking. You buy a flight and it's 2 cents, and they had that for like a year. So that's why we live in the south of Ireland. Dublin was like 4 hours away, and it was really expensive to get to. So every weekend, me and Steph would get a 2-cent flight to go and see, like, Taking Back Sunday were playing in London, and we got there for 4 cents. Or Jimmy World played Bleed American and Clarity in Full in London.
I remember missing so much school just because I'd be going.
We would take advantage of like, oh my god, I can see all my favorite bands for like 2 cents. Like I can afford that much. Like,
well, like mom and dad, I know mom and dad like come to the show.
Yeah, like me and Steph would be able to afford the 2-cent flights, and then our parents could buy the €10 ticket, so we could afford to go.
I like that's insane to me. Like I can't. Flights in America are so expensive. Like even like if you can find like $100 ticket for like, you're like, oh.
Yeah,
it was the good old days.
Yeah, right now, like now we can fly to London for €20, which is like a very good price, like which is kind of crazy. It's like it's cheaper for us to fly to London than it is to get the train to Dublin. Yeah. So
and then bands usually don't come to Dublin as much.
Yeah,
so it's harder to get.
So growing up, it was like that was like helped us so much when we were like,
and it was so inspiring. Like looking back and just seeing like Taking Back Sunday. It's like I was like, yes, I want to be in a band so bad.
Yeah, it was so.
But then we'd come back home, and again, like Paul said, we couldn't find anyone to be in a band with us.
Yeah.
So it was just.
So that's what's kind of this like so special. Like even it's kind of crazy now, and like emo is like completely back in, and it's like and you can see, and like we grew up like I said, listening to Mineral and Take My Sunday and Jimmy World, and our album that we recorded in 2017 is now exploding now. I love like because you can see some bands or sometimes artists, they try and jump on a trend. I love that what's happened to us, that people can tell that we're authentic, that we grew up listening to these bands. I think you can tell by even like listening to us on our songs and stuff. So but yeah, I think that's what's made people even connect to us, because they can see like we grew up with our 2-cent flight seeing these bands. Like
That's awesome. That's so like that's like the whole story is just an awesome experience. Even just like still flying to go see a band.
Yeah, we'd be up at like. Well, we'd get our mom to drive us to. She'd drive us to the airport. We'd leave at like 4 a.m. because it's from like, and because the airport's like 2 hours away.
And then I'd go and queue all day. And I love Paul would just then arrive back just before doors.
Don't make me look bad, right? Okay, when we were in, I need to clarify this for your listeners right now. We were in Manchester, okay, and I'm a big Manchester United fan, massive into soccer. So Steph is as well.
Yeah.
But so she's queuing for Billy Talent, yeah. But I know the Old Trafford Manchester United Stadium is down the road. So I'm like, Steph, if you want to come. But she's like, no, I want to queue.
I wanted to get front row.
So I said, Steph, you can queue. And she became friends with people in the line. I'm going to Old Trafford for that. So now your listeners understand I'm a nice person. I just wanted to like see my club stadium.
And I ended up losing my Billy Talent ticket that night for that show. I don't know where along the way. I was so excited because I got to meet them.
So she queued for all hours for ages.
Luckily, I had met the band earlier and I told them the situation. And they must have known I wasn't lying because I was that psychotic girl queuing up all day. Of course, I would have got a ticket. But yeah, I got it. It was fine.
So yeah,
that's awesome. That's wild. So got one more food for thought question, and that is: you're tasked with creating a Greywind themed restaurant. What are you serving, and what's the vibe?
There's so many grey puns that when you said now we're in the moment, they left my head.
I thought Earl Greywind tea.
Yeah,
that could be on the menu somewhere.
I don't
a nice tea.
I don't like tea or coffee. I'm not like that. Like sharp people, but
I love tea.
I will let it be on the menu for the pun.
Yeah. Great. I'm trying to think of a pun.
It would need to be a type of pizza or a cheeseburger, like.
We could do the cabbage pizza.
Oh God, no.
you could make your own bacon cabbage pizza.
Yeah. I want something like we were like so different. What are we serving? It needs to be a cheeseburger.
A good steak.
It needs to be like it'll be a black emo cheeseburger. That's what it will be.
Those black buns you can get.
Like a black bun.
It'll be like little tears. We'll be like crying.
A broken heart.
Our lettuce will be blue. It'll look like tears dripping from its eyes. But yeah, we were in California. We went to this place called Hi Ho Cheeseburger. Have you been there before?
God.
It is the greatest cheese. Okay, I love. California's known for In-N-Out Burger, and that is amazing. And then I was taken we were taken by our producer Sam to Hi Ho, and he said it's even better. And I was like, you're not going to sway my love for In-N-Out. And I was like blown away by Hi Ho. So I would want to take their cheeseburger, then put the black buns on it. A bit of cabbage on the side, and we're good to go. We're good to go.
This is a great menu. Lots of cabbage.
So much cabbage.
Too much.
Now you gotta figure out what kind of dessert or something you could have to incorporate cabbage.
Oh, we like because Steph's favorite film. I don't know where she's gonna go. Where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going with this.
Her favorite film is the animated Beauty and the Beast, and they have the grey stuff. It's delicious.
We'll ask Disney, can we have the recipe?
And it'll be called the Greywind stuff, and it's this beautiful Greywind type of ice cream kind of dessert.
You could do like the cupcake thing.
Yeah. So that's the
Greywind stuff. We need to collab with Disney.
100%.
Listening,
listen, we will write the most emo soundtrack ever.
Yeah, come on,
the most emo soundtrack ever.
An emo Disney princess, I'm here.
Yeah, someone said that you sound like I saw a comment that someone said that you sound like an emo Ariel. So it could work. It could work. It could work.
Start doing some Disney covers.
Yeah.
I mean,
get
on the soundtrack.
Get in the under the watchful eyes of the mouse.
Exactly, like just the mouse. I'm here to be taken. Like I
will be a product. Disney.
I mean, you get set up with Disney. You're set for life.
I'll definitely. Be buying my house in Malibu.
100%. I'll be making like that cabbage pizza all the time, selling on the street. So.
Awesome. Well, that is the end of our food for thought segment. Now it's time for rapid fire questions.
Friendships will be tested. Rapid fire questions.
You're just gonna speak from the heart, which you've already been doing the whole time.
We're probably too open. We're probably too open.
So you just speak from the heart, shoot from the hip. Whatever's the first thing pops in your head, just go for it.
Will do.
Okay.
And now we'll see where it goes with this, because this is most of these choices are American, and I don't know where it is in the rest of the world. So we'll try it out.
Perfect.
Let's go.
All right. Mountain Dew or Mel Yellow?
Mountain Dew.
I don't know what the other thing is. So Mountain Dew.
See, that's fair. That is also something that happens in America as well. So Mel Yellow is just Coke's Mountain Dew. So
I've never had that.
Yeah, Mountain
That's
Dew
why I
is
went
made by Pepsi. Mel Yellow.
I'd want to try that when I.
Yeah, next time we're in America, I'm gonna try that.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's Mountain Dew.
You're not selling it to me. You don't seem that excited about it.
It's not bad, but it's not good.
It's not bad. It's just not Mountain Dew. It's not Mountain Dew.
Okay. So I was right. Mountain Dew is the correct answer.
Mountain Dew is the correct answer. Absolutely.
Oh,
Horror or comedy movies?
Comedy, just because you would think I would pick horror being in an emo rock band, but no, I'm so bad with horror.
But it feels like they haven't seen a good comedy in so long.
Yeah, like when I say comedy, I mean like the classic.
Yeah, that's very difficult for me.
Yeah, you like horror movies.
No, it's like, I can't even answer it because I'm a very mood person. I'm a very mood, like I could it's like even listening to songs. I could be listening to the most emo record of all time, and then like next time I'm listening to the most poppiest thing you will ever hear in your life. So
you have to pick one. Quick. I
know
this is quick fire.
No, sorry, comedy.
Okay. So I want to say I actually did just watch a brand new comedy yesterday, and I loved it. Absolutely warmed my heart. I cried. I laughed. I felt like, if you haven't seen the Barbie movie yet, you need to.
Yeah,
guys, I've seen it twice now.
See that's
amazing.
Yeah, comedy is the correct answer.
It's so good.
It's like Ryan Gosling just stole the show.
Yeah, I love how emo Margot Robbie was.
She was so emo.
She was like,
so
I was like, wait me.
Margot Robbie is a phenomenal person.
She's incredible.
Actor. Wow.
She's incredible. And I've heard that she loves like metal and emo and stuff as well.
I think she'd love Greywind.
So I think like Margot, if you're listening to this, like we're on Spotify.
Just hang out. Let's hang out.
Yeah.
All right, what's next? Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon?
Oh no.
That's difficult. Oh god. Cartoon Network.
Nickelodeon.
Cow and Chicken had me like
That
had
Dude,
my
Cow
heart.
and Chicken's so good.
I haven't thought of
Ed and Eddie, like that's my life. But then Nickelodeon had like Kenan and Kel and all that.
Oh yeah.
I mean,
there's no wrong answer to that.
Yeah, I think either one.
There's no right or wrong answer for any of these. That's all, because they're both. I made the decisions to make them hard.
Yeah. It's true. That's why I spent 20 minutes thinking of horror comedy. So your plan worked.
Good. That's the goal. I want you to question yourself at the end of the day.
I'm questioning my whole life.
Wake up at 3 a.m. screaming, thinking I should have picked Nickelodeon.
Yeah.
I forgot about Pete and Pete. Oh my gosh. Thin crust or regular crust pizza, like hand tossed?
Thin crust, I think.
Regular.
I think. I could be wrong. But in Ireland, thin crust is better just because Ireland isn't that great at pizza, as I have said before.
Yeah, regular for me.
Fair enough. Lindsay Lohan or Tara Reid?
Lindsay.
No offense, Tara Reid.
Tara, if you're listening, we still love you, but Mean Girls is one of my favorite films of all time.
And if you haven't seen this yet, I watched it this morning. Walmart actually came out with a Mean Girls commercial for Black Friday.
I heard that they were filming something on but I didn't see it.
Yeah, watch it. It's
I
hilarious.
will after this, 100%.
Yeah.
Definitely
Yeah,
will.
it's super. They're all in it except for Rachel McAdams.
Oh, wonder why she wasn't in there.
I don't know.
She's too busy. She's too busy. But yeah, we'll definitely check that out.
She's just busy being awesome.
Yeah.
Newfound Glory or MXPX?
Newfound Glory.
I love we said we were like.
Yeah, and plus, like, you're wearing the shirt.
Yeah.
That's true, and I didn't even do that on purpose. It was just my comfortable shirt.
Exactly.
After this, I'll be jumping into my comfortable shirt. You mean I'll be like, good day's work. You know,
We did it. We did it.
did it. We achieved.
That's it for rapid fire questions. Normally I end it with like a question, a jingles question, but I don't think you have this here.
No.
It's a solely American place, so.
So thank you.
We even have like in a parentheses next to it for Canadian bands because we interview a lot of Canadian bands. So we've got Canadian questions.
Yeah.
But, you know,
there's no Irish section in the list. So.
No, you'll have to add that.
I'll have to add that for the next time I interview you. But that's it. You did it. You finished the podcast. Now's your chance. You just let everybody know what you got going on, where they can find you, and what's next.
So our new single Antidote is coming out on November 10th. The music video is the world premiere is on November 14th on TikTok. Instagram, we're down as @Greywind Band. I'm at Paul Greywind. That's at Seth Greywind. You've been listening to Greywind. So thank you for having us.
Yes, thank you.
Hell yeah. Thanks so much for hanging out with me. This has been awesome. Fun. Anyone that if you are watching this and you haven't listened to Greywind yet, get your shit together. Go listen to it because you're missing out if you haven't.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Absolutely. It's my pleasure.
It's time today.
But thank you so much for having us. It's been so much fun.
Yeah, it's been so good.
Hell yeah. It's been a great time. So the rest of you listeners, hang out with me. Don't go anywhere because we're going to hop into the Unsigned Pop Punk News, and that'll happen right after this jingle here. What's up, friends? Thanks for continuing to hang out with me. It is December 4th. Man, this year has gone by. It's insane. Thanks so much to Steph and Paul for hanging out with us and for all the way from frickin' Ireland. Man, I want to go there. Who have any of you ever been to Ireland, or do you want to go to Ireland? Like, let's talk about it. Let's be friends. Let's be friends and let's talk. Let's make travel plans together. But yes, thanks so much for all you guys listening. It's been a great time. This was an awesome episode. It was kind of fun. Let's get into a little bit of news here. 15%, as we talk about every week here. This is the last month that any shirt. So let's get into it. So 15% of every purchase of our gender equality shirts will be donated to the Trevor Project, whose mission is to end suicide among LGBTQ youth. And this is the last month of our partnership with the Trevor Project. So please pick up a shirt or a coffee mug or a sweatshirt. Or we got a whole bunch of stuff of our gender equality merch. So please help us in supporting this amazing cause and to help support saving young LGBTQ lives. Like I said, there's a whole bunch of different options. We're tail end of the Fantasy Football League. Thanks so much for everybody that bought a shirt, supported this, because it's a ton of fun. I know, like, you know, we've talked about like why do this, you know, what's fantasy football have to do with pop punk? Nothing. But each band, that's my cat, each team in our Fantasy Football League is a band, and it's just fun. It gives us another avenue to spend time with bands, to make connections and friendships, and it's just a fun thing to do. So that's why we started it, and we're going to do it every year. But yeah, and so at the end of the year, the winner is going to get a trophy. And everybody that bought a shirt to support their favorite team, all of that money went towards getting a trophy. So thanks so much for helping us get that trophy. Also, we've got new merch. There might be a holiday sweater in there, so make sure you check that out. That's the way the news goes, friends. Thanks so much once again to Steph and Paul for hanging out with me today. Make sure you check out Greywind. They're amazing. Their music is beautiful. Make sure you're following them to stay up to date with all the things that they're up to, and if they're coming to your area or not. Thanks to Matt for always being my friend, even though he's not here today, but that is okay. Thanks so much to Matt Reed. Thanks to Super Gibby for always being my friend as well. I love friendship. Friendship's the way the world goes round. Thanks so much to Lawrence Crow for making all of these rad designs and all the merch and everything. He is the design master of Unsigned Pop Punk. Without Lawrence Crow, we'd look like something else. Thanks so much to Ross at Electric Kiwi for making our website and always keeping us looking fresh. We appreciate all of you, and thanks so much to you for checking out this episode and giving us a follow and on all of our socials, or following this podcast and our YouTube and all the other things that we do. So without you, we can't do any of this. So we greatly appreciate you and can't thank you enough for all your support. So thanks so much. We'll see you next week.
Thank you so much for checking out the show. Please hit that like, subscribe, or follow button so you never miss an episode. And thank you so much to those of you who already are. Check us out on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, YouTube, or anywhere else you stream your podcasts. If you're in the position to help us grow and like behind the scenes access and exclusive shows, head on over to our Patreon at www.patreon.com/unsignedpoppunk. Let us know in the comments who you'd like to see on the show and what other content you'd like to see. Thank you all so much.